Hey guys, what's going on? I'm going to start the show a little bit differently here. Right now I'm at Belmore. They have a Kiwanis event, and I got to tell you, Belmore Kiwanis is amazing. Andrew, you're amazing, because you know what? Everything that they do for the kids. I'm here nice and early here before it gets crazy crowded, and I got to tell you something. There's an ice cream mini donut place here, and these mini donuts are amazing, amazing, amazing. And we're going to go on in there. And we're going to end up talking to Sam and Cheryl while they're helping people right now. I just want to see how to make the donuts. Cheryl, say hello. Actually, look at that. Actually, look. And Sam's working over here. Say hi, Sam.
Hi.
Okay. So they're going to show us how they make these donuts here. So right now you got to tell us the process.
So we take the mix right here. We put it in our mixer. We add at least about 16 ounces of water. I mix it all in, and I add about 4 to 8 ounces myself until it looks like cake batter. You put it into this machine, and then once you just get it to temperature and turn it on, it will move by itself. You will watch it make 2 donuts at a time.
Excellent. Look at this. And how do they taste?
I actually can't eat that.
Look at why? I love it. Why can't you eat that?
I have celiac disease. I can't eat gluten.
Oh, sorry, Sam. I didn't know. Sorry, I didn't know that.
I've actually never had my
I shouldn't have asked her, but I had to ask her. Look at that. That's a good one. I like that. Look at that. Wow, that's amazing.
Everyone says they're really good though. They like my makeup.
Oh, this is beautiful. Now I gotta get to try one of these things here. So you don't have it. Well, that's gonna be way too hot, so I won't be able to have it. So guys, I'm gonna try it. I gotta tell you, you're gonna. I mean, I know I'm gonna love it. And they're gonna be here till tomorrow. So guys, you got to get out. Well, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? They're gonna be here till tomorrow. They're gonna be here. That's right, till tomorrow and maybe Monday. I'm not sure, but.
We'll also be here next month.
Oh, next month also.
Yeah, we'll be right back here next September 21st.
Excellent. So anyway, and also Franklin Square is going to have one September 14th to the 17th. So we're definitely going to see her again. Look at this. Look at this. This looks great. Oh, okay. I'm trying.
Yes, sir. We have no token at it, sweetheart.
I took a big bite, sorry. It's really, really good. Guys, I gotta tell you something. This is the best mini donuts I've ever had. So anyway, guys, when you get a chance, look, I'm sorry, I'm joking over here. Guys, when you get a chance, when you come to the next fair, it's a Kiwanis event, and it's gonna be in Franklin Square, right off Hempstead Turnpike. So I'll see you guys then, and we're gonna meet Sam and Cheryl again. See you guys later. Love you.
All I do is dream of you the whole night through. With the dawn, I still go on dreaming of you. You're every thought, you're everything, every song I ever sing. Summer, winter, autumn and spring, and with them all 24 hours a day. Let it be spent in sweet content, dreaming away. When skies are gray, when skies are blue, morning, noon, and nighttime too. All I do the whole day through is dream of you. I'm dreaming of everybody. I'm also dreaming of you. and with them roll 24 hours a day. Let it be spent in sweet content, dreaming away. When skies are gray, when skies are blue, morning, noon, and nighttime too. All I do the whole day through is dream of you. I'm dreaming of you. Thank you. Thank you. Am I coming over there now, Valentina?
Bob. It's always so much fun to see you.
So much fun to be here.
Go way back.
Way back.
To high school, Floral Park, my stomping grounds. We know everybody. It's
Well, we try to
amazing.
know everyone.
You were one of the
right?
people that bought my first book
Yes.
in Floral Park.
In Levine's. Here, give me that. Okay. I was in Levine's one day in Floral Park, where I go almost every day. And Bobby in Levine says to me, he says, "You know this lady?" He gives me the book. And I bought the book.
Yeah.
And it's a fabulous book.
Yeah.
So I appreciate being on the show once again.
Oh, are you kidding? We love having you.
I think this is a record, right? How many
Oh
times?
my God! Forget it. He's a regular.
Yes,
Definitely a
we
regular.
love being here. So and I appreciate it.
But now you know me. I find everything out.
Yes.
I hear rumors that you're so damn busy that it's ridiculous, which is great. But I heard a rumor. Is it true that you're singing at Casariano on Thursdays? Is that true?
No, that's not true.
That is not true.
Uh,
Or somebody
they-
gave you wrong information.
Okay, well, they do have a guy named Richie, unless that's something that's in the cards. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
I,
it
I,
is.
I didn't hear about it
Well,
yet.
Danny is on vacation. this
Danny's
week.
on
We go to
vacation.
a lot of restaurants too.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Bob and I work together, and somehow I get the restaurant, or he does.
I do sing there on Sundays occasionally.
Right.
He
that was
has
the
a
rumor that I
wide
heard.
range of, but that's,
So
I,
that
I
was
know
the rumor.
I know nothing about it so far.
So it's a rumor.
It must be a
Okay.
rumor. But
But
a
before
couple of things that are upcoming, we might as well put it
we
right
might
out
as well
there now,
do it.
right?
Yes.
Get it
Where's
right
the
out
one you just
in the
bought?
front. So,
The lovely one. What the hell did I do with it?
yes, I did. Okay, it's here somewhere.
All right.
I'll try to do it from memory.
Let's talk. This
So
isn't
starting-
it. That's what I came off my computer.
Yeah, starting actually on my public gigs, I
Here
do
it is.
not put I do a lot of assisted living
There we
places. Like tomorrow night, I'll be singing at Queen of Peace in Queens Village. They're having a pizza party.
Mm-hmm.
Next week, I'll be singing at Ozanam Hall. I love doing those gigs because we're bringing a lot of joy to the people. That's what we're doing. You know, they really aren't going. So we bring a little Vegas to them. That's what we do. You know.
Yeah.
And they love the oldies. I just love singing at those places. And I also do another type of thing called the Memory Cafe, where they bring people that have dementia with their caretakers to a different restaurant each month, and we go and entertain.
very
Yeah,
nice.
it's a lot
That's
of fun.
awesome.
And following him is fun because you're basically always eating out
Yeah.
and getting treated very nice because you know the performer.
So publicly, starting on September 8th, a new place Valentina has visited, and my wife and I ate there last night. The food is phenomenal. It's La Familia in Plainview. The owner's name is Sal. They serve family style, but they also serve half portions.
Yes, and I spoke to Sal yesterday.
Excellent food.
So we're hoping he's going to be on soon.
We really enjoy that. And then on September 10th, I'll be back at the Broadway Tavern, another place that we love playing. We play there every summer. We sing in the backyard garden,
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yep,
It's a
in
little
Malvern.
bar inside, but there's a huge outside.
outdoor
Where
garden.
is that called? In Malvern?
It's called the Broadway Tavern in Malvern.
It's right in the town of Malvern, in
Right
the
in the-
corner.
yeah.
Yeah.
And people just love sitting in the garden. It's like being at a family barbecue.
Yeah.
And we're singing oldies, you know. And then on September 13th, we have a double gig that day. I'm going to be at Eisenhower Park for the noontime concerts.
Yeah, I see
And
that.
they get a lot of people. A lot of the seniors come out. It's at 12 noon. They have a nice setting. There's a stage. There's
Nice.
trees and everything.
Nice.
And then that evening, I go over to La Focaccia, one of my favorite places to perform in Levittown. La Focaccia, Sal at La Focaccia, Sal Panetta has been doing this for many years where he keeps the oldie music alive.
Yeah, and he's also great.
Yes, he has top acts coming in. So I'm always very honored to sing there. And I really thank Sal Panetta all the time, and I thank Dassa Entertainment, Steve Dassa.
He's a good catch.
He's a good.
That's the town.
Yeah.
Steve Dassa.
You get
yes.
into the town.
Yeah, Steve Dassa he runs all of the concerts in Nassau County.
Oh, wow.
He produces every one.
Yeah.
So we've been very fortunate to. He's come out and see us many times, and he's always very pleased with the performances.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing.
Takes photos too.
Yeah, you have to do the performances right for him to hire, you know. But La Focaccia, a great place. And then we moved back to the Broadway Tavern on the 23rd, back to La Focaccia on the 30th. I have a couple of private parties in between there. I also do what they call the Nassau County birthday luncheons, which I saw Valentina
just there
last week.
It was my birthday.
I didn't.
Hey, happy
71. Okay.
They,
71.
Come on.
Yeah.
Serious?
Yes.
What they do is they invite Nassau County residents to Bethpage. It's the big hall out in Bethpage Village. And
Get a delicious lunch.
That day they had 400 people. And you were there. So
Yeah.
I'd forgot. I was here the week before for her birthday party.
Right.
And I'm there performing, and who walks in but Valentina? I says, "Oh my God, I forgot it was your birthday."
And then
month."
we went to that other place. What was the name of that place, Susan? In the beach.
Salt Shack.
Salt
the
Shack.
Salt Shack you went
and we
to.
walk in, and the DJ spots us and says, "Oh, the
Oh,
Breakfast
yeah.
Club is in the house." Well, we had a great week this week. We just had so
Yes.
much fun.
A lot of energy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been at this performing for 38 years. I used to have a 7-piece band called the New York Connection. And I always say when I'm performing, that's when I had black hair and I was much thinner. That was a lot of that lasted for 23 years. The band, it's tough to keep a band together. So I always applaud all the band members out there. Live music, the band. I applaud you for keeping it together. Now I sing to what we call background tracks. And I have a fabulous sound guy who does sound and lighting, Ray McKnight.
Ray's a doll. He's
Ray
always
is
there.
the best. He really is. And people are starting to reach out to Ray even to provide sound and stuff because he provides really top-notch sound.
Oh, so he could work for anyone else, not just you.
Exactly.
Well, that's
Exactly.
good. He has an
Of course.
opportunity.
Yeah, if he has the opportunity. But the thing with Ray, him and I work so well together, is that I'm out there performing, and whatever I'm talking about, he knows what song I'm going into.
Well, you guys have been working together a long time.
Yeah, so it really works well. So, and I thank Valentina. Listen, when I first started doing this show with Dan Amalfi,
Oh, the Italian from Italy.
yes,
Yeah,
it
he
was
was great. Little guy.
Yes, it was Valentina who invited us on her
Yeah.
show. Where were you then? You were in this little studio.
Governors.
Governors, yeah.
Governors.
They were in this little studio, and Valentina invited us, and I've been coming on ever since.
Yeah,
and it's been
he's like a
great.
regular.
So I really appreciate
And
it.
he's great. He gets everybody up.
I really
People that
appreciate
don't usually want to get up,
Yes.
and dance. And everybody loves you. And
So,
Floral Park is it. You go there.
Oh.
Just go to the diner and you'll see Bob.
Thank you for mentioning it. I almost forgot. On September 16th, we're going to be at Poppy's Place in Floral Park.
Oh, my favorite place. I had a
Yes.
book launch there.
Yes, Poppy's Place. And the owner of Poppy's Place, a short story, I actually coached her son in Little League about 25 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, so we know each other a long
They're
time.
two sisters that own
Two
it.
sisters.
But the mother owned it originally.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that place.
Yeah, and they're great. If you need anything,
Yeah,
tell them
yes.
I sent you. And, they have a great luncheon price.
Yes.
You can go there for like $20 for lunch and
Yeah.
have a whole package.
Wow.
It's nice. So, we have a lot of history. Your wife, Debbie, is always here. Always helping us. Always
And guess
bringing
what?
some goodies.
Here's a-
I see she brought donuts
Here's
today.
a story. Last week, Ray and I were doing a luncheon for the employees of Hempstead, the town of Hempstead.
Really?
Barbara Califano.
Wow.
She's the
That's
person who
very
hires
nice
for
they
that.
did that.
So I'm by the security guard. Who comes walking in? Your partner, Greg.
Greg. Figures.
He
He
was
didn't
getting-
invite me.
He was getting a permit for his Kiwanis
Oh, he's got a thing
street
coming
fair.
up, yeah. There's something
So
coming up.
I see him walking towards me. I said, "Is that Greg?" And yeah, sure enough.
Of course it is.
And the security guard is sitting there. Me and Greg are hugging. His security guard's going like this.
Who are these two?
What are these two? Yeah.
Well, speaking about Greg, he had to run out of town today, so he's going to be sorry he missed you too. But you'll come back.
And I
meet him
made the
another
mistake as he was leaving. I said, "Greg, you're a great," and I smacked him on the
time.
back.
You
And
can't
he
do
goes,
that.
"Oh."
He had back surgery.
Back surgery. Oh.
He's a hugger, so
Yeah.
everybody's used to hugging him,
Yeah.
hitting him,
Yeah.
pushing him, but you can't do it now. So we feel bad for him.
But
this is
anyway,
his club.
Italian.
He's French and Canadian.
Yes.
Okay.
but
They're
he
huggers,
acts
too.
like an Italian. So
But anyway, we're having a great time. We're having a great time performing for everyone. And like I say, the assisted living places, I love going to them, and we're just having a great time, really.
So everything is good. So Greg isn't here, but today of all days, we do a what's National Day today? Anybody know? Nobody knows. Nobody looks these things up but me. It is National Senior Citizens Day.
Hey.
Is it really?
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
it is. So you gotta be nice to a senior today. Okay? I'm a senior.
As a senior, can I go into a restaurant and say it's National Senior?
Yes.
Give me a 10%
You might get a
off?
free cup of coffee, depending on which restaurant. It's also an Italian day. It's National Spumoni Day.
Wow.
And that's delicious. So you got to have a little spumoni.
Great.
And yesterday, I want to mention, was National Radio Day, which is for us because we're not a radio, but we're in the same business. And National Radio Day is a good day.
Happy National Radio Day.
Yeah, so.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
With all these national days, 10 years ago, we never heard of these.
I
national
know.
days. They all just came out of the woodworks.
But you have to get a national day, you got to work hard to get it.
I know, but it's like
But it's happening.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
weird.
I
It's
guess
like
everybody needs
national
something
this,
to
national
identify
that.
with, so they created all these nationals, so they didn't
Right.
give anybody else.
Yes.
Well, I want to make a
National Big
Tina
Toe
Valentina Day.
Yeah.
I mean, you know?
I think you should.
I mean, God, I got my name from a comedian who I had
Oh,
a drink
really?
with in a bar. And we spent some time at a restaurant after a theater thing.
Right.
And we started talking, and he goes, you gotta do comedy. He goes, I'm gonna give you a name. And he did. I took it from him.
Really?
And that's how it started. And his name is Mara. He's a crazy dancer, comedian, everything. He comes on the show a lot. Vinny
What's your
Mara.
comedian
Vinny
name?
Mara.
Vinny Mara. You gotta look him up. He's a
What was
riot.
yours?
Huh?
What was your name he gave you?
Tina Valentina.
Tina Valentina.
Oh, okay.
So I say that, but when I wrote my book, I took my name back to Valentina.
Yeah.
My whole life I was Tina.
Right.
I was embarrassed. But I changed my name when I changed my life.
Oh.
And that was the best thing I did because no one forgets a Valentina.
No.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
And on that note, we have George
Yeah.
Buzzeo.
Right.
I like your last name.
Yes.
Are you a Buzz or
I'm
what?
a Buzz. I'm
George
a Buzz.
Buzzeo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like that name.
Yeah.
It's a good state.
Italian, it's pronounced Buzzeo. But,
Oh, Buzzeo.
yeah.
I should have said
But
it right.
no, but it's okay.
And you're from GB Media Inc.
Right.
I kept sending you messages to GB Media, not Inc.
Right.
That's why you didn't get them.
Right.
And we also have a beautiful lady here, and her name is Claudia, and she is Lady Zoe Grace.
Yes.
And I'm so happy you're here. And we met at a book launch of mine, right? So I meet people in the strangest places, and we become fast friends. So we'll talk again a little bit to
Yes.
where they can reach you. But we're going to move on to Claudia for a minute, and then we're going to end with this gentleman who has a lot to tell
In
us.
fact, I'm waiting to hear the
Yeah.
stories.
Well, Claudia, you retired? What's the story with you?
Yeah, I'm going to be 72 next month.
Wow.
You look fabulous. Wow.
And people say, wow. I say, you feel that way. How do you think I feel? do you notice that where has time, I mean, it's just so stupid to say because everybody, where did time go?
Last 3 years, pandemic ruined everything. So
Yeah, but I mean, yes, so.
You mean over time? Wait, it's like
Time
you know,
in general.
Yeah.
You know, I was talking before about some writing that I'm doing, and I said I stopped working on the book because I really believe that people now could not relate to things I was trying to explain because they don't know it. Where, like, I use the example: you walked into a bar, and the smell of stale beer and old cigarettes hits me as I open the door. No more. I'd have half of my readers go, what is she talking about? Now I'd have to change it. I have to put it marijuana. So you smell it all over.
Oh, it is very popular now.
But anyway, when Valentina called me and asked me if I was interested in being a guest, I got very excited because I'm a Wiccan, but I'm a soul practitioner. And I had been in a coven before and got out of it because they use it as an excuse for bad behavior. They weren't following a ritual or a religion. They were.
Now, I never knew what the word Wiccan meant until last night when I started looking at all the stuff.
Right.
So you're a beautiful, nice, happy lady. So I refer to, like you say, a Wiccan is a
Witch,
witch.
yeah.
A witch usually is either good witch or the
Right,
bad
right,
witch.
right.
So
Well,
I say
yeah.
I'm the good witch, but I'm a good witch. But again, I don't look down upon you for that.
Well,
'Cause,
the
know.
reason why I use the word Wiccan instead of witch is because of the things that have happened because of using the word witch.
Well, I could understand that.
There's people are very uninformed and ignorant about a lot of things, and it's been very disturbing. Like last night after Valentina put everything up, I don't get any phone calls unless I was a senior and get Medicare calls or people trying to sell me guarantees for my car. I literally, I don't go out and I don't get calls. I got 4 phone calls last night from people who were my friends on Facebook wanting to know. One asked me if I believed in God. One said, I didn't know you were Satanist.
Wow.
And it was a very volatile conversation several times. I let them talk. I just let them call and spew. And then I said, well, first of all, thank you for looking at my Facebook page. I didn't know you cared. Because a lot of people look, but they don't.
Right.
Nothing. And I said, but a lot of what you said is not correct. Never call anybody wrong, whatever you do. And I said, if you want to know more, I was trying to get them to check it to the show. But it's an earth-based religion that is all about Mother Nature.
We got someone calling in. Sorry.
Here I am.
We'll have to
You
take
got
it
callers,
later.
too.
We got a caller.
You're getting another call.
Don't laugh. It may be somebody
It could
to
be,
yell
yes.
and-
Yeah.
But
They really
Greg
put
isn't
out.
here today, so I can't do the tech. So, but if I
That's
get a
very
message,
funny
I'll
that
let you
came
know.
through. All right. But the spirits came through the phone. That's the next thing I'll hear wherever I go next. Everybody's going to get a kick out of that. The timing was perfect. It was like I did it myself. So many people have gone to psychics and things like that. And some people believe I'm not a psychic at all. But I have gone to them, and I'm always fascinated because they're harlatans in every kind of thing. And but I've been to some that nailed a few things that were amazing. But back to the Wiccan thing, it's just earth-based. That's all it is. It's recognizing the relationship between the earth and the sun and the moon. The tides, what can you always count on? The tide's going to come in and the tide's going to come up.
That's right.
The sun's going to go up, the sun's going to come down. Recognizing the value and the need to take care of the earth and to take care of everything. It's polytheistic, so it's depending on what you were looking for in the religion, depends on what you want to do. I originally got involved way back when I was a teenager because the churches at that time, I have a very thick church background. Women were not really welcome
In the church, or
to be leaders in the church.
oh, really? Oh, yeah, but they are now.
They are now.
Yeah.
Everything's changed now. I can go back to the church.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't allowed to get at the pulpit and speak. They were allowed to run the nursery school, and they were allowed to be the choir director and all these other things, but they were not allowed to preach or do any sermons or anything. And I was really put out by that. So I started investigating and talking and said, I'm comfortable with this because it recognizes the mutual importance of men and women. So that's how I got started. 1986, with you with what you said, 32 years, 38 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 38 years now this year, sole practitioner.
Wow.
So you like it, obviously. You're doing it a long time.
Oh yes, I do. I found great comfort in it. There's meditation involved. There's a lot of studying. I've taken multitude classes on religions of all different kinds. And it's a very tolerant religion, unlike other things that I've bumped into. And things are so bad now,
Yeah.
you know.
So now, being that you got these calls and all this, how do you feel today? Are you happy to be you? Are you sad?
I was very unnerved last night. I had a tough time sleeping because people
They don't realize that
Well, it's
what you're involved in. It's not
also
just one
something that they
thing.
thought they knew, and I came up with things that they consider very bizarre because none of them are involved in it, and they also took it affront that, well, you don't, well, how do you feel that I'm Catholic, or blah 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 blah. I said, I don't care as long
Right.
as you're not hurting anyone
Right. Exactly.
and you're following a positive path.
Positivity is
So
important.
you're a good witch.
Yeah,
I would say that you are. I mean, I wouldn't think you
I
would
think
cast a
witches
spell on
in
me,
general-
would
I
you?
wouldn't be sitting next to you.
Would you be casting a spell on me? No, you're not that kind
no,
of a person.
I don't do spells. I know
But-
people who do.
So if I wanted to cast a spell on someone, you could do that for me?
I don't do spells.
Okay.
But people do. She knows people that cast
You could
spells.
find me someone. No,
people
I
that-
would never. I'm not that kind of person.
I think that, in a lot of things that happen, I'm going to try to do this in a way that doesn't sound odd because I didn't think it through. Like people talk about, there's a larger witch, they have the witch's hat with the cone.
Right.
Yes. I see
And-
that picture. It's so cute of you.
It's me. There are reasons for all these
Look at
things and a belief system in
Yeah, I
back
saw
of
that on
all that.
Facebook.
So when somebody made a little snotty remark about my hat or something, I said, well, you're Catholic, don't the cardinals wear hats?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the old nuns. I love those old nuns.
Oh, I went to
Those-
Catholic school.
Those old
Yeah.
uniforms, I love those habits.
The black things with the
thing
ropes.
and the cat and the, oh god,
They were heavy. Those uniforms.
because they put you in a mindset when you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
So when I have morning prayers or whatever I do, I have specific things that when my husband died, I went to Saint Sienna, but in Franklin Square.
Catherine of Siena.
Catherine of Siena
Siena.
in Franklin Square.
For bereavement. And originally I called and he had only been gone like 2 weeks, and she said to me, it's too soon, you have to come back later. And I laughed. I said, thank you so much. I haven't laughed through all of this. It's not long enough that he's been gone. You're going to let me join the group? I think that's hilarious. So she called me 2 weeks back and said, we talked and come join. But I was on a path here that I lost. My relationship, so when you leave, when you're all finished with it, which by the way, if anybody is going through this, to be involved in any kind of bereavement group, even if you don't open your mouth, is worth going and doing, just attending, so you hear
Other stories.
other
I did
stories
it.
and
Mhm.
how people survived and the crazy things that happened. But they give you a hand-knitted shawl, every person that leaves.
Yeah, I know. I did it. I didn't get as much. I didn't get as much out of it.
I didn't get a lot.
Because I was surrounded with people that were loaded with money,
Oh, yeah.
and even though they were sad, they were
Right.
doing everything
They're
they wanted to
surviving,
do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't get as much out of it, but I did graduate and get the shawl.
Yeah, okay. So I have, that's what I wear for my morning prayers. And I also have it hanging over my couch, and it's beautiful colors. But it puts you in a mindset,
It does. It does. Yeah.
and so I have lots of little things. These are my prayer beads that I also wear.
Yes,
as a
and you said
necklace.
something about your jacket. What does it say
my
on the back?
jacket. Oh, I don't know if I can do this.
You could turn around. Yeah.
This has the symbols of all the Wiccan seasons that we.
So is it
celebrate.
just like summer, fall, spring, winter, or no? It's a whole
winter,
different
spring,
thing.
summer, fall, and then there's a few in between.
Mm-hmm.
Of which I have a meal. I have a meal, and I have a craft, and I have a ritual.
Oh, so that's your everyday thing,
That's well for the seasons. I can't do that every day.
right?
But I do a lot of meditation and things like that.
And it's a spiritual dimension,
Yes.
and you have here a yearning to live a purposeful life. That's what everybody wants.
You think?
Celebrating nature, the seasons. That's a fun thing to do. I mean, I think the way you write, I mean, there is absolutely nothing about this that is nothing but magical and, visionary. So I think a lot of people don't know.
They don't know.
And
They
the
think
people
I'm
that
out there with
that were your
black
friends,
Like
that the friends
like
that called
voodoo.
you, they should be watching today and saying, "Wow, I
Yeah,
didn't know
hope they
Claudia
are.
did
I'm
that."
probably going to get telephone calls after, but
Well, trust me, I make things happen. So you might.
Yes.
Sounds American Indian to me a little bit.
Well, Native American, there's a lot of mythology involved, and since I've taken courses in many different cultures and know those stories,
Right.
it is the same. Everybody is the same.
So Greg is watching, so he sees that you're here.
Hi, Greg.
Yeah, Greg, thanks for watching.
Hi,
He
Greg.
says everybody looks great. So let's talk about this. What about this book?
This is not a book I wrote, but it's
No, but
a
it's
brand new publication.
educating, right?
And why I brought it today, as you see, I haven't finished it. I've thumbed through because I wanted to see where Long Island was specifically mentioned.
Okay, so it says accused of witchcraft in New York.
in New York. It's the history of
So
witchcraft.
there's
in
a
New
whole
York.
thing about Long Island.
So
in
because
here.
everybody thinks about Salem, Massachusetts,
Well, that's where everyone goes for Halloween, right? That wants to go to these spooky things.
spooky things, which I don't really understand. I've had, you know what happened? Sandy, I invited, I can't tell you how many people for my Halloween. Took a week off from work to prepare.
Oh, it must have been beautiful. You have a party?
Sandy knocked all the electric, everything out.
Oh.
Oh.
So we put up candles all over the place, and we didn't think how many people are going to come to travel, and 32 people still came.
That's nice.
But
That's
on my
nice.
fireplace, I have photographs of everybody that's passed, and I have the cards, I have everything, because it's a way of recognizing the people that are gone.
Sure.
And,
It made a difference.
it made a difference.
Mhm.
And people don't seem, I shouldn't say this, but everybody came from somewhere. So when I'm out there and I'm working on my garden and I'm cursing and carrying on because I'm covered with bugs and it's hot and I can't keep going because I can't stand it anymore, I think about my great-grandparents. And it's funny because one great-grandparent was a farmer. And I call out, I said, will you just help me finish, because it's part of who I am.
Yeah.
You have a history.
Definitely. Definitely.
And what they went through to get here, and the stories of everyone. I don't care where you came.
So there's a whole section. What do they say about Long Island? The people that are part of this group, or what is it? What's it about?
They just say Labatia was very big, and and there's several places in Suffolk County that have really nice stores. There are no churches.
Yeah. Speaking of stores, you were telling me about Amityville Apothecary. And what is this? A store where you can buy all kinds of special items?
Not only do they have crystals and tarot cards, which everybody knows, and books, but they give classes about certain things, and then they do some far out past life regression
It's
stuff.
interesting, this crystal healing. When my sister was very sick, she believed in the healing masses and the crystals.
When Doug was so sick, I bought one of those Buddha bowls, right? I also bought a tuning fork that you hit and then you take it back.
Really?
So he's at the hospital and I pulled out my tuning fork. Right? And he says, oh, good Lord, close that door. These people are going to have you arrested. Don't get near me with that thing with
That's
anybody
so
watching
cute.
because it looks like this long stick. And,
Right.
and
I guess some people would be afraid of this, but you got to have an open mind. Look at you. You're a very sweet, happy lady
Well,
doing
thank
nice
you.
things. Who's Momo? Meet Momo from Mercurius. That's what it says on this thing. Meet Momo.
Oh, Momo.
Is that a piece of jewelry or is it a person? I don't know who Momo is.
It must be a person. This is from the store.
So it must be someone that comes and talks about the
August 17th,
crystals.
it's over- yeah.
Okay.
But they do
Interesting.
a lot
All of this I found out in one day.
Fascinating.
And
I would like to go to this
I
store.
also want to go. They read your aura,
Right. Like
I've
who
always
you are
wanted
and
to
what
have
you're all
done.
about
and they take a picture
of you.
Where, at the store?
And what do they do with
of
it?
the aura.
Oh,
They
Oh.
That's surrounding you.
It's special.
Really? Susan, we got to go
Yeah.
to the store, the apothecary.
I want to
So
go
they
there.
don't. Do
We'll
that
have
all-
our
it's a
aura
very-
done.
It's a
That's
very.
interesting.
I like it. See, I didn't know any of this
And to have
about
all
you.
these wonderful little stores that didn't make it. It's really a shame.
Well, that's true, but she's making
Yeah.
it. So,
She's making it.
and in Amityville, there's a lot of nice things there.
Amityville is a. Really
They have a
town.
beautiful park where you can get married. Because I did a thing with a couple that got married outside at the park, and it was nice. It was very pretty.
And anyway, so I am thinking if anybody out there is interested in participating, of beginning my own coven, because I do really miss having an affiliation with a group of people who understand what I'm doing.
Well, I would think if anybody's interested, they can contact me by the show link, and also
On my Facebook page or whatever.
yeah, she's on Facebook. And what's your Facebook?
My Facebook is my maiden name, Claudia Giroux Martin. I do have, I had started a Wiccan page, which I stopped because life got too busy and in the way. And I was too challenged and working too many hours.
Yeah, well, we
But
all do that.
I do want to, and I have, there's a Book of Shadows, which I have, which every Wiccan has,
Oh,
that I have created the menus and the pictures of the table coverings and the prayers
nice.
and
So it's
everything
all like
for
an
a lot of
education
years.
to go to come and talk to you of things people don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know any of
people
this.
people do things. Everybody is a witch. If you cook
You're a
and
witch?
you make the magic of food,
Mm-hmm. Then you're a witch.
then you're a witch.
Well, I don't cook.
If you do a lot of, if you do a lot of, if you do a lot
I gave
of,
it up at 50.
She goes out.
You know,
She
I
goes
go out. I used to
I
cook.
would love to continue to do that, but I haven't been able to. I've started to cook again because it's
Well, it is expensive now.
I have
But-
to buy liquor instead. I have to make my choice.
Yeah, I actually cooked for 20, 30, 40 people in a 2-room, 3-room apartment
Yeah.
in Floral Park my whole life. But when I turned 50 and I changed my life, I gave
That's
up
it.
cooking and I passed the baton to my daughter. And I don't cook anymore. I really don't. And I can't believe I don't, but I don't.
I totally understand.
Well,
But,
we're
and
going to
if
be...
you garden, that's another thing.
Well, I don't garden either.
No, I mean people who do that. Well, if you do, yeah, but you gather people together.
Yes, I do.
Your job
I'm a
as
connector.
witch,
Yeah.
right,
Is
is
a
to
gatherer.
interact with people, familiarize with them with things that they are unaware of,
Yeah, and shit
and
happens.
make them less afraid of things they don't
That's very
understand.
true. I do
Right.
that. Yeah.
And it can be very simple things,
Yeah, it's true. Well, come. I mean, I meet the most interesting people.
you know.
And let's talk about Mr. I'm calling him using Buzzeo, right?
Buzzeo?
Buzzeo, but it's
Buzzeo. The real
Buzzeo.
Italian way to say
Buzzeo.
it.
Buzzeo.
But does anyone call you Buzzy?
Buzzy, no, my daughter maybe.
Yeah.
Buzzy.
Yeah.
But it's mostly Buzz. You know.
Buzz. Well, it was so nice to meet. Now I know everybody over at Strong Island,
Yeah.
and they're
Bobby.
great. Yeah,
Bobby
Bobby
Sarah,
is the most holy,
He's a man.
nice gentleman.
He's great.
And Michelle Astor and I. Do you know Michelle yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you got to go meet her. She's
okay.
fabulous.
Okay.
Michelle has these
I've heard of
karaoke.
Teresa.
Well, I know Teresa too.
Right.
Teresa was from Governors.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so yeah, I know a lot of the people there, but Michelle Astor is by far the most sincere person. She just got promoted, and she now does karaoke, and she is now a manager for Strong Island. Did you know that?
No.
See that? I'm telling you what's going
I
on.
thought Bobby was the guy.
Yes, but Michelle is now bringing in people certain nights a week. You want to have a party?
And that Strong Island, is that in Floral Park?
Massapequa.
Massapequa.
Yeah. So Michelle just got promoted. I just did her PR. She's in the papers and everything.
Okay.
And she's a doll, and she's beautiful, and she's in the Fontanas with me
Okay.
in the upcoming sitcom that we're working
Right,
on.
I heard all about that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Michelle's a doll,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
she came to my house.
Comedy, huh? That's,
Yeah.
That's,
Michelle came to my house at Senior Citizen Center in a negligee because she was playing the part of, you know, a very sexy lady. And all the seniors were looking at
Looking
like,
at-
what's
Right.
going on in your house
Is
today?
that right?
So I told her it was a wedding, and we were having a special wedding. But anyway, she's the greatest, and you'll be
Yeah.
happy to work
I'd like
with
to
her.
meet her, yeah, sure.
Go meet her right away. So let's talk about you first, Kim Kahana, the man who changed Hollywood.
Right,
So you have a film and a documentary,
right.
and when is it happening?
It's out. I mean, it's been screened in 3 cities now, and I'm going to be having another screening here in Long Island, actually.
Yeah,
in
we want to
Belmore.
come. What's the date?
September 15th
Okay.
at 7 p.m. We're going to have a little red carpet. We're going to have people there.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scheduled to come.
That's great.
And unfortunately, Kim Kahana can't make it. He's 93.
Oh,
So getting him on a plane is another.
so it's
is
all
another-
about how this man formulated everything in Hollywood, or what?
It's just an incredible story. How I got associated with Mr. Kahana, and it's Mr. Kahana, where and it's all due to the pandemic. basically.
Really?
Yeah. During the pandemic, and I tell this story that, I had nothing to do like everybody else.
Right.
And so I decided, after doing some research, of developing an online talk show. And I named it Buzz Talk Live. And so at first I started with just, random people and people in my industry. And then I went to challenge myself a little bit more. And I reached out to people I didn't know, like yourselves.
Oh, Frank Solicito is watching.
Oh, hey,
He's a
Frank.
friend of yours. Thank you,
Of course,
Frank.
he's my writer-director.
Jenny's watching. Oh, Frank
Jenna.
lived with a Wiccan. There you go. So Frank
What?
knows what a Wiccan is.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
Frank.
Notice
Yeah.
that's past tense.
Frank, I want to get to know you.
Frank is an amazing individual, and I'll get to Frank.
Okay, so let's talk about the.
And so, yeah, I mean, during the pandemic, I created this online talk show, Buzz Talk Live, and I started streaming, and I started gaining, other people, other interest, and everywhere
It
from
opens your world, doesn't it?
entertainment,
Yeah.
everywhere from entertainment to the industry to oyster farmers. I mean, I had a couple of oyster farmers on the show, and authors. And
You did it from home, though, right?
I did it from home. I started in my basement, and then I moved, and I got a set, and Larry Bogish gave me a set out of his warehouse.
Wow.
And I have 40 years in live events.
I know. I looked you up.
Yeah, and with that, many connections, and I'm blessed with everybody that I know throughout the years, and you know who you are. And so with that led me to Mr. Kahana, where he was a guest on my show, and then just one day I was just looking back at my old interviews, and I noticed Mr. Kahana. I'm like, geez, he was an interesting interview. And I did some research on him, and I'm like, gee, nothing's really been done with him in his life, because the man has a legacy. He's been in over 300 classic movies and TV shows
Wow.
as a stunt performer and a stunt coordinator.
Wow.
And yeah, has a legacy, and he's also a mentor and a teacher. So he has a stunt school in Groveland, Florida, and so I thought with all those is a good recipe for a documentary.
Definitely.
So I figured, all right, well, I put together a pitch, and I reached out to Sandra Kahana, his wife and business partner, and I pitched the idea of creating a documentary at first. And then I got together with a creative team. I put together Frank Salcedo and Michael Steigner, who's our DP and cinematographer, and we started to craft a story, and we got inspired. There was a book on his life called Kahana, The Untold Stories, and the man is filled with stories, because
Wow.
after a 72-year storied career in Hollywood, he has seen it all, from John Wayne to Clint Eastwood to Elvis Presley to anybody that you can think of, he's worked with in the industry.
Wow.
And so he was Charles Bronson's body double for 20 years.
Oh.
And so and that was a shocker for me, because I thought Bronson did all his stunts.
I have to hook you up with Gloria. She's was in the big films years ago. She's on the show.
Oh,
She's
okay.
part of the Breakfast Club. She lives in Mineola.
Oh, okay.
And she
Yeah.
probably knew him.
Yeah,
Because she
I'm
was
sure.
pretty popular.
A lot
big
of people.
time she was.
And it's funny because a lot of people know Mr. Kahana, but I didn't know him at the time. And then I was just getting inspired by just his story and his background and the way how he is as a person. And so it just, it inspired me to put together a team of filmmakers. And Frank, like I said, he wrote the film, which it's more of a docudrama, because we have vignettes in
And
the
you
film.
have clips and things of him?
And of course, yeah,
That's
we have
great.
clips of him doing stunts and
Ah.
everything. Yeah, it's great.
We're definitely coming on the 15th.
Yeah, no, it's great. And the way we kind of crafted this, or actually Frank crafted the story based on, we got inspired by the book of Kim Kahana, The Untold Stories. And so, I read the book and Frank read the book, and I was like, we can do something, obviously not on the book itself, but his life.
The lifetime, right.
And we crafted something really unique. And the way we told the story of his life is just incredible. And starting from his, when he was a boy in Hawaii, he grew up in Hawaii.
That's some story, really.
He's and they're great people. Once you meet Mr. Kahana for the first time, you get inspired because he's, I'll call him like the Mr. Miyagi of the stunt
exactly,
world,
right. Mm-hmm.
He really is.
That is something. So that's how you became this big entity with this.
Yeah. So I engulfed the role of the executive producer, and so I put everything together, from locations to costumes to talent, acting, and securing locations and all
great.
that stuff.
Well, Bob, is in Bat Boy. Do you know about Bat Boy? It's a play.
It's something similar,
okay.
Yes.
Except Ray Negron is involved with baseball. It's something similar.
Oh, okay.
So very quickly, that story is Ray Negron back in the 70s, growing up in the Bronx, gangs and everything, was caught spray painting graffiti on Yankee Stadium's wall.
Oh.
The owner of the Yankees, George Steinbrenner, caught him. Instead of sending him to jail, instead of sending him to jail, he made him a bat boy.
Really?
And now he's a big shot.
He became George Steinbrenner's right-hand man. He's now celebrating 50 years with the Yankees.
Really?
Yeah.
And it's a book.
He's in the theater.
It's actually called Bat Boy, a Yankee Miracle.
That's interesting.
Because when we do the play, and we do the play periodically around live, but he is making a documentary.
I know.
I'm in the beginning of the documentary.
Yeah, and he looks like him. Yeah, when he plays it, yeah.
So about a year ago, Ray was getting an award at a dinner. And they asked me, Bob, can you sing the song My Way when Ray gets his award? I said, sure. So he came up to me afterwards. He said, I've been looking for you for a long time. He says, I want you to play George Steinbrenner in my play.
And he does a great job.
Because at the end of the play actually ends with the eulogy for Thurman Munson. Remember Thurman Munson died in a plane crash?
Sure.
And Ray Negron was very close to him. So at the end of the play, I sing the song My Way, but I sing it to Thurman Munson.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Ray comes here a lot.
As George Steinbrenner.
He's on the show a lot.
Oh, wow.
And,
so you'll be hearing about it.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to be off Broadway, isn't it? Soon?
Well, he's looking to pitch it everywhere. Right now he's really focused on the documentary.
Right.
They're starting to finish that up.
Sure.
It's the same type of story. He's a legacy in baseball.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you look on Instagram right now, all of the baseball players,
they call him every day.
They're on, congratulating him and stuff like that.
That's wild.
It's a very
really
inspiring
wild.
story.
And he's a good guy. And when I went to that play, which the first one was before you, was out where they have the military.
Okay.
I met so many great people there too. So it's just being in the right place at the right time.
It really is.
And there's a lot of you doing similar things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. So let's talk a little bit about your company.
Yeah. So, like I said, 40 plus years now in live events. I started in the 80s, basically, and I've been on my own, doing
everything, right?
Doing everything from engineering to now I direct mostly at live events.
Oh, live events.
Yeah, theatrical live events.
Only theatrical or parties and networking?
Not so much parties. It's
live
more
events.
corporate based.
Yeah, I used to do that. I told you.
Yeah, I know.
Back in the day when I could wear high heels and walk.
We got to talk.
Walk the show. I used to get on the plane and my legs would blow up from the.
So you produced events?
No, I was part of the grease behind the wheel.
The grease behind the wheel. All right.
Okay, and I actually did an event called the grease behind the wheel.
Of course you did.
Because I wanted to recognize the women that do this.
Right.
It's hard work.
Yeah, it is.
And it was a great event. But back in the day, I used to do events like 3 a month. But
I know.
Now, I'm a little smaller, but I still do a lot.
Right.
If you need anything for the 15th and I can help you, you let me know.
Sure, absolutely.
But I'll be there. Susan will be there. I'll let Greg know.
So what do you do? You put
we invite
together theatrical
Theater.
type things for
I'll tell you
corporate.
about it.
Yeah, I mean, whether it's sales and incentive meetings or, but I work more in line with a production company,
Right.
a staging company,
and they
that-
hire the corporates.
But I have my own clients as well.
Right.
But more in line with other staging.
Yeah, I used to be
companies.
involved with people like that when I worked corporately for Con Edison. We used to bring this company in
Right.
to actually act out like very sensitive issues in the workplace.
right.
They were bringing actors.
Yeah, we've done that
Yeah.
too.
Wow.
And right now I'm delving back into community theater.
I know you told me.
I'm
That's
going to
great.
probably be playing the producer in 42nd Street in
Oh,
November.
we'll be coming
Really?
again. Yeah.
Hey, all right.
So I did.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's unbelievable.
Oh, the Fontanas.
Yeah. We don't know yet. So, basically the Fontanas, we're having a big
Yeah.
night, September 12th. These are all invited. It's in Lindenhurst.
I want to
but
check that out.
It's going to be a blast. Tickets are available. They're
Yeah,
going
yeah.
fast. And it'll be clips of the 7 episodes
Okay.
of me and
That's awesome.
27 other
That's
people that
awesome.
are in it.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, the people that in the Fontanas, they're all great people.
Yeah.
And Angela's watching. She's one of Fran Sonera is watching. She figured it out. I had
Hey.
to send her 7 messages.
I shared it on my.
Yeah,
Facebook.
but she's telling me I can't find it. So
Fran
thank
is
you.
great.
Fran is a doll.
yeah,
I met
no,
her
yeah.
at the theater somewhere,
right.
and now we're trying to help each other.
Yeah, no, she's great. And
She's a very nice lady.
I talk about part of the team, and she's now part of our team, and she's become like my publicist actually.
Yeah.
So, which is great. And
It is. So you
And,
need a publicist. You need
yeah.
someone with a big
Yeah.
mouth,
yeah,
and also that know people.
yeah, no,
See, they call me here a billboard, a walking billboard.
right,
All right, because I go the old school way.
Yeah,
I can't afford to be
no,
paying
no.
all this money.
Old school is the best way.
Old
Yeah,
school's the
yeah.
best, and that's what presidents used to say. The mothers of presidents,
Right.
Go back to the old school and tell the president to do what his mother taught him.
Well, you just put out one of the nicest ads. I really appreciate what you just put out for me. So go see Bob the model, Long Island performer. He's all over the place.
Oh yeah, did you like that?
I loved
I'm
it.
just simple, you know, simple.
Simple
works,
and effective is the best.
but also crazy works.
crazy works. Yeah.
It does, because I've become a little crazy.
Yeah.
As I told you, did your family get behind you on all this stuff all the time?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they do. But do they show up? Yeah, sometimes.
No, they do. My kids, and I mean, they're supportive.
Italian people, they were a little
Yeah.
bit like, what?
Yeah,
Who? What are you
know.
doing?
Well, I have to say, my wife Debbie is very supportive.
Yes.
She travels with me all over the place.
That's great.
She really, in this crazy business.
Yeah,
This is a crazy
yeah,
business.
it is crazy.
So let's talk about the 90-minute makeup instructional. What is that about?
Yeah, so that was back in the mid '80s. I co-produced an instructional special effects makeup video with Bill Burke, and we again, this was early on, and that was actually my first producing job, and so we kind of gained forces together and produced this for a makeup company called Alcone. And they basically supply the special effects industry with all their makeup and special effects
That's
due
great.
to makeup and three-dimensional design and stuff like that. So we created an instructional video, and it was a big hit. We got support and backing from Alcone, and
That's
then
great.
That's great.
And then we sold it to the college level to
Which is
teach
great, yeah.
classes on that.
That's
and,
great. Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah, so that was a success, and so but then it was just nothing really happened, and I always had interest in it because I grew up doing this. I grew up as a filmmaker.
Fran is saying you're very interesting.
I'm very interested. Thank you, Fran.
He is Fran, and he's Italian, and he's good looking.
Thank you. Yeah. But seriously, it's like and again, you talk about networking and connecting and everything.
That's a big thing.
It is, and throughout the 40 years, I've networked a lot of people, and I'm like a connector too because I like to help other people.
Yeah,
and,
that's part of the.
and I think that
which
it's
who
good
you are.
karma.
It is, and
It is.
good things happen to good people.
It really is.
But there is a book that says bad things happen to good people, and
Yeah.
I've read the book.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, it's life. It's timing.
Yeah,
It's,
It really
and when
is.
the bad happens, you just have to pull
Right,
yourself up.
right.
And that's what my book is about. And this is for you.
Oh.
Okay, so this copy of my 2 books,
Oh, wow.
From Fire to Freedom and In Love and Friendship. Like I told you, this one was the first job loss,
Yeah.
corporate, and this one was the political job loss.
Oh, wow.
So,
all right,
this is for you.
I'm gonna read that.
Yes, and this is for
Wow.
you too.
Wow,
Hopefully you'll
gifts.
have
I
some
didn't bring
friends.
gifts.
It's all right. Don't worry about it. Every now and then we
Thank
do
you.
something nice. Everyone on this show, except Bob today, because he's on all the time, gets Italian bread.
I don't need the Italian,
Italian bread is
I ate
because
too much last
I
night.
break
I'm not
bread.
familiar.
I break bread with people. You take it home.
While
'cause-
you're doing that, I'm
Yes,
going to
get
go
ready.
over there and get ready.
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's how you mesh. That's
Right.
how I get a lot of my clients,
Yeah.
and that's how I became friends with Gary Nelius. Do you know him?
No, I don't.
He's the
know these
owner
people.
of the Big Castle, Ohika.
Oh, really?
I walked in with a loaf of bread,
Really?
and I was lucky he was there.
Okay.
I asked him for a job, so he had me walk up the stairs, and I didn't make it because I could never work there. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And my
It's a great
shoe,
place.
yeah, my shoe fell off. So there's a story in my book about Cinderella. I was the Cinderella when I went there for a job,
Oh, jeez.
and that's how I met Gary from the bread. And since that day, I do bread. That's
Oh,
me.
okay.
I don't
That's
do
great.
cake.
That's
I do
interesting.
bread.
Right.
So there's your
Break
Italian
bread.
bread. You're
Yeah.
supposed to break it with your wife, girlfriend,
Okay.
dog, or anybody like that. And these are for you, honey, because you don't have any of these.
Thank you.
And if you need a makeup lady or anything like that, we have that too. If you need any people for what you need, we have a big
Yeah.
list.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I
and
mean-
the people that I have are people that are second time around. So
Sure.
they're not as expensive. We've all had a story.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
You
I mean,
know?
I'm developing other projects right now, and
Well,
and
keep me in mind,
everything.
too.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
never know. So now, how do people reach you? What's your website?
So reach me. It's gbmediainc.com, and I have a QR code. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I could post it. You
Right.
sent it to me,
And a
but I didn't
trailer.
post it. Yeah.
But
Oh, we have the trailer. That's right. I forgot about it.
yeah.
That's right. All right. Well, let's do you quick, and then maybe we can fit the trailer in at the end.
Okay.
Okay.
So as we all know,
Went
we
so
lost
fast.
one of the
I know.
we lost one of the great classic performance singers, Tony Bennett, this year on July 21st. Tony gave us great music for many, many years. So I'm going to do a Tony Bennett song right now, one of his biggest hits, and you'll recognize it as soon as it starts playing.
The loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day. I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the bay. I left my heart in San Francisco. I on a hill, it calls to me. To be where little cable cars climb halfway to the stars. The morning fog may chill the air. I don't care, my love waits there. In San Francisco, above the blue, and windy sea. your golden sun will shine for me. Tony Bennett. Thank you.
Anybody needs Bob, just call me and I'll get him to you.
Yeah.
And we have one last clip, and we're going to show the clip from your great video.
Okay.
Justin, we got the
He was
clip?
on his way to becoming the most recognized and sought-after stuntman in Hollywood.
Hey, you know, if you ever need a stuntman in your next movie, let me know. Kim Kahana.
Ah, I got you now. Those doors don't open. Oh. I'm just kidding. It's okay. Name's Kim Kahana.
Riding bareback, hands tied, bucking and roping from any horse they threw at him. He was worth his weight in gold.
Uh-oh, Tongo!
And it became a fun show. The funny part about it, when I finished, I talked to Joe Barbera and said, you know, I would like you to help me get an agent to learn how to act and stuff. And he said, why? You're a natural. Probably put 25,000 people through the school, and some of them are the biggest coordinators in the world today.
I think you could write a book just on that. There was so much going on. I mean, 2 Purple Hearts, but the Silver Star is the highest award for valor and courage under fire, other than the Medal of Honor. Silver Star is a big deal.
This brings a new beginning. Thank you.
Okay, everybody. This was a terrific show.
It was great.
We
Nice
had
meeting you all,
great
really.
People,
Yes,
great, hosts and sponsors. Don't forget, this Thursday, we're not going to be here because we're going to the Elegant White Party. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay, it's in between Manhasset and Port Washington. You get taken by bus. You don't know. You have to wear everything white, even your underwear. Okay, you can't wear anything other than white.
They check for your underwear?
Well, I don't know. I'm afraid. So I went and
got
bought
a party
pair.
you got here there.
I went and bought a pair. It's the exclusive white party that happens once a year.
Oh.
And we were lucky enough to be invited, and Greg got us tickets. And thanks to Brad Cohen, we're going in the VIP lounge.
Okay.
So if you're interested, just send me a text, and I'll tell you how to get invited. You have to pay, of course. And also Monday, we may be having the crew from the Fontanas on.
Oh.
We'll see. We're not sure yet. We're trying to work it out. And on that note, thank you to everybody. And it's
a wrap.
Right.
Okay.
Thanks.